Shri Ram, Har Har Mahadev. This is Umashankar from Andhra Pradesh. I'm a Swayam Sevak by myself. Today I would like to address the soil harvesting menace in Andhra Pradesh, ground realities, causes, and possible solutions. That's what we are talking about today. My dear friends, I would like to share my personal experience, the ground level realities, which I myself have worked in many villages and in some slum areas also, and more probably in Andhra Pradesh, Krishna, and Guntur districts, and even for Vishakhapatnam as well. So, particularly the reason why this is happening, we all know that we have been ruled by Muslims and Christians. Although we don't address them Britishers as Christians. So this is what happened for us for many years, some few hundreds of years. So that impact is also more comparing to northern part of our country. It is in southern part. It is more because Chhatrapati Shivaji Raja has saved us from those impact for south. So barring Telangana region in Andhra Pradesh part of area, we have less of sufferings. That was a reason we in Andhra region we have less awareness towards these problems like Islamic invasion or even Christian conversions and all these problems. This is one part. And coming to this ground reality, our Hindus are now almost now in this 2021. We are now in disconnect with the four pitas. Like Shankaracharya pitas are there in entire country. Four pitas are there. So I personally feel myself that the Hindu society is away from disconnect from those pitas. So as the channel of the gurus system has been disconnected to entire our Hindu society. So on proper what the channel is not happening. The knowledge in a single sequence or a connect, it is not happening. That is the biggest problem here. And one more thing is that when a Muslim or a Christian, when they go to their devotional places, they get some preaching over there regarding Muslims for their Quran and for Christians regarding their Bible. But for us, in our temples, our Hindus, for more than hundreds of years, I think we are in a disconnect with this Vedic knowledge or devotional aspects on our religious scriptures. So this is bringing a big divide and big gap in between the Hindus and the Vedic and Hindu knowledge and Hinduism, the knowledge about Hinduism. So when we approach a temple, usually what happens is the Archika or the Brahmana who is there in the temple, he will grace us with this satakopam that will be kept on our head. We'll get some tirtham, prasadam, and we offer our prayers just by bringing the two hands, just bow before the God, and we leave the temple. This all happens in this modern era and busy life in less than 1 minute or 2 minutes. Even many cases we find the Hindu devotees they come to the temples and rushing busy. जल्दी जल्दी करो मेरे को सिर पे वो लगाओ सटकोपम लगाओ भगवान का जो होता है ना तो keep it on our head so that we need to leave office time हो गया. This is what a busy life. We don't have a time to even pray God. So this is how we have been. But wherever when we find our religions which are desert, what called desert religions, Abrahamic religions, those religions are very devotional and they are very connected with their devotional places. When they go every Friday, they don't miss their prayers. Every Sundays, these Christians they don't miss their churches. We Hindus are missing the connect with our temples because temples are our power hubs. They are our power centers. So we are missing the connect with the temples. This is one of the biggest point. So that this regularly not visiting the temples will definitely disconnect the cycle also. The cycle will be broken. If my grandfather would have gone regularly to temple and got the Vedic knowledge or the devotional aspects of Hinduism, he would have definitely shared those things to my father. And my father would do the same thing to me, and I will do the same thing to my son. So there is a big disconnect in this total cycle. So this is affecting us, and this is costing us very big. So instead of just saying about our enemy religions, about they did that, they did, uh, those people did that, but what our society is, our Hindu community is doing, that is what biggest problem. Yeah, someone is saying thanks to the communists, their education system. Exactly, that also we'll cover. So that comes in mid 1950s in Andhra Pradesh in the name of Visalandhra Publications. That has done a great destruction in Andhra, because in those times people used to read so many books. They are like book insects. So now people are not having patience to read the books. This is a different scenario now. So coming to the next point, are our priests and temples are also not having complete knowledge about our enemy, whatever the religions are there in the country. Those Abrahamic religions, they are not having complete knowledge about these two religions. Of course, they have a knowledge about our Vedas and our Upanishads, our Granths and everything they have. But our priests who are working in the temples, I'm not talking about big temples like Tirupati, Sri Sailam, Sri Kalahasti, Kanipakam, very famous temples. They are very well-renowned priests will be there, or the Brahmachikas or the Brahmanas will be there. But in majority, there are lakhs and temples are there in the state in 13 districts of Andhra Pradesh. We don't find many archakas or any brahmanas who are working in the temple. They're having complete knowledge about these two enemy religions. So that is one also the major reason, the reality in the ground, that they are unable to completely give the knowledge or awareness to our Hindu society or the devotees who come to the temples. And coming to the point is, temples are becoming so much commercial centers as well. That is also biggest point here. It is not because our Hindu society is doing, but it is because of more of politicians and political people involving in the temples. That is happening more because in I don't know about rest of the states in Andhra Pradesh. I mean, sorry, in our country, but in Andhra Pradesh, you particularly find more dharmakartas who are having the background of certain political parties. So this obviously what happens, the archika or the brahmana who are working in the temple will obviously lose the freedom to talk freely to the devotees, because this will impact the political parties' personal interest and agendas. So this is also having a biggest impact. So that also is we are continuously seeing in the ground when we are going in the field work, when we work in the field. And moreover, Hindus are completely disconnected with the power centers. Why? Because there should be something interactive things happen in the temple. That is what not happening. Like what you see in church and masjid, they gather around, they talk, they sit. The mullah or maulvi or the pastor or the bishop or whoever it is, they interact with the group of people in a mass. Earlier, when I was very young, in my native town called Palakullu, West Godavari, we have a Pancharama Kshetram called Kshira Ramalingeshwara Swami temple. We used to have a lot of satsang and a lot of things used to happen. Now, in this modern era, those things are not happening. I almost last saw them in mid 1990s, 95s. I think I have seen them last in my native town. So there is no interaction happening in the temples. That is also impacting us. So what are our mistakes? So these are the things we from the power centers, that is the temples. What we are missing, these are the points which are making us disconnect to our devotional path. And one more biggest problem is that a lot of gurus and swamijis are there with different of the personal opinions. So different of the personal opinions. There is no connect in between them two. So that was the reason, because of different ideologies and different thoughts. They are also not having unity in themselves. That is also impacting in a overall bringing together of our Hindu society. So this is what the first segment, the ground realities, and now I'm coming to the point. What about the direct about our Hindus? Hindus are not even eager to learn about our dharma. See, they just go to temple, they just worship. I want this, I want that. So all materialistic things are happening around. So they go to temple, in the shrine, wherever the Lord Balaji or Durga Ma or Hanuman, whoever the god is there, they don't even want to or try to know what about something, at least a few points about the god whom they are doing the pujan or the worship. Very few percentage of the people only know about those gods. In Andhra Pradesh, particularly, we have demigods like cinema heroes. They become gods. So for Andhra Pradesh people, cinematic heroes like N.T. Ramarao, famous Hollywood star, those people are the Lord Krishna and Lord Rama for them. So they don't know what they're worshipping, and they don't have basic knowledge about what the abode or the shrine, whatever they're worshipping, they don't know about the God. So they don't show interest in at least learning about what even they're praying, what are the God they're praying. And coming to the point, elders in the house who must be responsible, they are also not teaching anything to the family. Just like I said earlier, if my grandfather tells something to my father about our dharma and devotion, the devotional path, he will share the information to me so that I will share the information to my son. So this disconnect and the talking about Hinduism in our houses also not happening. Very few families who are old Brahmin families or who are having some devotional touch. Very few percentage of people only these devotional aspects or things are happening in their houses. And Hindus are also not regularly going to the temples. Like I said, there should be some attractive point that should be there. That was not there in the temples. That was a reason they are not even regularly going to temples. Like when we see churches and masjids, they are regularly going every week. That was a reason they are able to bring the unity in them. We are not having a regular meetings or gatherings in our Hindu community. I think this is happening in entire India also, not only in Andhra Pradesh. And one more biggest problem is for this conversion problem is, if, for example, I am having two neighbors on my left and right. If I know that he is having some health problem, being a neighbor, I don't even bother to just say, I wish him, how are you? How is your health today? Even that basic concerns also, the humanity ground is also we are losing. Or if I ask him what, so he will ask me some money or what kind of a thought process has come. So if he asks me, I should interact with him further. I have to disturb my work and go along with him. So this kind of thought process also in our Hindu cities being changed. Automatically, when we don't gather in the weekends and when we don't do that regular gatherings, obviously these things are tend to happen. The disconnect between the society is more. And topping to that, now this unfortunate apartment culture is further damaging. So individual houses, opposite, we can see each other. But in these apartment houses, they have blocks, one apartment, two apartment. They don't even come outside and talk to each other. And Hindutva Karyakartas or anyone who want to interact with them, they cannot easily enter or approach the apartments also. That is also biggest problems. And in our homes, what is the biggest problem is mother's lap is a first school. That disconnect is very big there because of the serial problems. These TV serials, these TV entertainment programs like Big Boss shows and all these stupid programs. Our parents and mother, father, these people also are not having much time because these ladies want to see the serials and all. They're not giving birth to children also. It has been widely spoken out because they will miss out the timing. The children will be crying. They want to go with them. They have to take care of them. They are not even given birth to the children also. They are giving one birth child because they will think the person is important. That was the reason they only they are giving the birth at least for one child. So the birth rate is also not happening because of these external issues. So that one point. And coming to the next segment in this ground reality is that government and government employees, government people and government, even whatever the politicians or the government employees, how the churches are been established. See, when you see the churches, when you they occupy the government lands, like in Vijayawada and in Krishna or many places in Andhra Pradesh, the biggest victim is this irrigation department lands. Wherever the irrigation department, they canals and canal sides, they heavily occupy the Krishna belt continuously. They across the Krishna river. We have Vijayawada, a river called Krishna passes through our city. Entire Krishna river bank, you can find lot of churches on the banks of river Krishna and the little small canals across the Vijayawada city. Heavy church constructions, heavy. The place where I am living, we have a canal place around 2 to 3 kilometers. You can find 28 churches on one bank of the canal. 28 churches are there in 2 kilometers radius. So such a big problem is there. Why? If some pastor is there, he will come just put some two sticks and one iron shed. He will start a church inside the church, that place. So he will bribe some money to the electrical department guy. He is also Hindu only. The electrical department guy is also Hindu only. पैसे के लालच में he will destroy our Hindutva also. He will take the money. He will give the electricity connection to the two whatever the shed whatever. Then the water connection guy comes, water works. He will also take some bribe and he will also give the connection. So an illegal activity will be given legality because of this bribes, heavy foreign funding. Thanks to Modi ji, he has already crushed some major fishes like NGOs, some more than some 10,000 or NGOs plus. I think I have some data. So at least he has done something. Many people ask what Modi has done to Hindutva. I asked them, those who asked that question, I asked them, what you have done to Hindutva? What you have done to Hindutva? Why you are questioning Modi? Modi is one person, he's taking care of entire country. He has many things to do. So being a Hindu, we are not having responsibility. Like I said, responsibility comes only when our gurus are there. Guru and Guru Sishya connect is there. Like when some of us has kept a comment, they're communists. They completely destroy our Gurukula system, like we earlier we used to have. Now even the state government is running the Gurukula Patashalas. Unfortunately, they have been completely in the hands and clutches of fake Ambedkarists. Original Ambedkarists, they know they don't hate Hindutva or Hinduism, or they don't even hate the India. They love India. They don't even hate Hindus. But these Christian converted people in the mask of Ambedkarists, we call them fake Ambedkarists. These fake Ambedkarists, actually, they do lot of damage to our society. When we work in the field, in the ground reality subject, when we come to this point, when we work in the field, when we meet those people who are so-called, whatever they say, those who are in very problematic conditions, why the Ambedkar has to give some special privileges to them. When we approach them, they surely say that we have been seen so badly in earlier centuries. So for that reason, we are taking revenge against Hindutva. That was the reason we have got converted to Christianity. These are the things they say to us when we go and approach them. Again, here comes again. We are badly failed in educating those people. Maybe social media is not there. Maybe we don't have much of networking in those days. We could not tell that it is not in only Hinduism, it is across in all religions. Everywhere that victimization or the problem is everywhere, in every religion there is a problem. So that we could not tell. You can see Christian people, they have made slaves of African people. They have made slaves for entire Africa, black slaves. No, that many points we could not, in earlier times, we could not tell to our people in our Andhra Pradesh. So, as per my knowledge, in Andhra Pradesh, more than 98% of the SC community people have been converted to Christianity. more than 98%. I am now covering few mandals. I am doing the work now. In those mandals, I can see no Hindu temple or any traces of Hindutva. So people who are belong to SC community, 98% of them are converted. I am giving this grace 2% way because if any doubt in case. I haven't seen in all. I know I covered more than 4 mandals in Krishna district for the past 1.5 months. I have not even seen a single temple in those areas. Every SC colony is filled up of 30 to 40 churches. So this is a problem in Andhra Pradesh directly. At least good we can see a good retention point or affinity towards Hindutva in ST community, scheduled tribe, and partly in SCs also few one or two segments are there. I don't know what you call in Maharashtra. In some segment of people in Andhra Pradesh in SC community, they are also not much converted. They call a Relli communities. They are not much into inclination of Christianity. They are towards our Hindutva on. So that was the reason I gave 2%. So, madam, this is the point where I end my topic with ground realities. So there are many points, but these are the main. When I work in the field, I find these problems. So these are the ground realities what happening in Andhra Pradesh and causes for this. Again, no, like I said, entire temples are into endowment department. Endowment department, our money, whatever the devotees, Hindu devotees come and give their offerings in the temple, the money is entirely used for government's own purposes, not for the preaching or the prachar of Hindutva or Hinduism. Nothing is happening. Not even the great Balaji temple. Every year, crores of money is coming through the hundis in Tirupati. Money is being used by the politicians to their political usages and political gains. I even further heard and very sad point is that in few temples I have done in these 4 or 5 mandals, all the endowment temples what we have in these areas which I covered, our previous people, our ancestors, for all those not my ancestors, entire Hindutva ancestors whoever are there, they have given lot of assets, gold and lot of riches to the temple, so that 2 years together they can run the temples and to propagate and preach our Hindutva. This endowment department, these people are really vultures. All the endowment officers, executive officers, EOs, everybody are being collision with the politicians. They sold away huge chunks of the land of this endowment temple. So there is no income in the temple. So the archaka or the brahmana will be kept in poverty. Because the brahmana or archaka is who are in the major temples. In entire Andhra Pradesh, 13 districts, you may find big temples only 10 or 15. Famous and big temples. Only those archakas will be having financial strength. What about other temples archakas? If an archaka is not financially strengthened, how can he do the propagation in the society? His stomach is only is always he needs to feed his family. That is not the case in Christianity. Society, the Christian community gives 10% of their income to the Christian churches. That is the reason they are able to sustain. Even though Modi ji has blocked the NGOs, how these people are able to still sustain and continue the conversion mafia is this 10%. You remember this is called Dasama Bhagam in Telugu. I don't know what you call in your places. In every church, they have to give 10% of their income to the church pastor. So, for example, you have converted a government employee having a salary of 1 lakh rupees. He must and shouldly give 10,000 to the church. So, if a pastor constructs one small iron shed, putting some shed and rooftop, something like thatched something, he will definitely, if he convert 10 people to government employees, he can happily live with 1 lakh rupees salary. I mean, the 10% whatever share he is getting. So in a temple, when you see the devotees go, our Hindus, they put 1 rupee coins, 2 rupee coins, 50 paisa, the amount which is not in the running also they keep in the hundis. So the archakas cannot sustain on this. And the government is not giving any good salary to them. Very low salaries, 5,000, 3,000 per month. Even in a village also you cannot live with 2,000, 3,000 per month. So when a priest is very poor condition, how can he take forward our dharma? So here comes the problem is our donors, Hindu donors. Here our donors comes to the point. Our Hindu donors are misplacing their hard-earned money. Their hard-earned money is not put in a proper way. That is going in a different wrong ways. I'm not blaming them, but maybe some guidance is required for them. Because you see, in Christianity or in other religions, they will convert giving by one loaf of bread. In winter, they go and give one bed sheet and they convert the people. But our Hindus were very generously donating so much of money, food, whatnot. They're donating a lot of things. But unfortunately, our money, our Hindus' hard-earned money, is not coming into the rescue of our Hinduism, either in defense or in the offense or in preaching the dharma. Nothing is happening. Again, this comes under secular coverage. And one more thing is dharmakartas. Like I said, the temples what we are having, most of the temples have dharmakartas with political backgrounds. They will not allow the priest to talk freely about our dharma, either about the what we are having from external parts, counterparts, whatever we have. And biggest problem is that there are few political parties in Andhra Pradesh for the 40 years back. You can see there is one organization in entire India that started in 1925. We all know which organization is that. I don't want to particularly name that for some problem. The organization which started in 1925. That organization was not allowed to expand in Andhra Pradesh, all its roots and branches, while comparing to Maharashtra, Karnataka, because I know little bit of Maharashtra and much more about Karnataka. So the expansion of that, the gigantic organization or the shield of Hindutva, which started in 1925, which was not much allowed to grow in Andhra Pradesh because of some regional parties' political gains. And so what happened automatically that particular organization's branches also will not expand. Obviously, the awareness will not happen in the state. And so the saga continues. The missionary mafia further expands in our state for the 40 years or whatsoever. And moreover, the biggest problem is also poverty. Poor people are constantly being targeted. Poor women are being targeted. I say, for example, I have met some women in some areas. I just asked them how these women are being targeted and converted. Since they are having financial problems, these missionaries they give some money and they start some small stores, kirana stores, with investment of 10,000. Small investments. They will sponsor some box-like shops in a square cubicles. They help them. They help them stand withstand by on their foot, and that is how they finance them and they get into the chain of conversion. So when one lady gets help from them, this lady will start doing the multiplication like this. What do you say? This chain marketing system. One you join three, he will join four like that. So the multi-level marketing, such kind of marketing happens with the small investments. This is what I say. Our Hindu donors should focus on their donations are going properly or not. That is very important key point. Is it only the poor people getting converted? No. Middle class, rich, luxury, whatever. All classes of Hindu people, all communities, all castes of Hindus have been targeted. So, particularly what happens, we have to be very cautious. See, I have seen a movie. I don't remember that movie. in that when this conversion mafia, they send some vessels or gift items to Japan. They do the thorough verification outside the port. If at least one symbol or some religious things are there, they reject them and they send back. That kind of strict things are not happened earlier in ages. We have so much of secularism around. Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu, all these things happened. And the Buddhist thing also happened for us. So we left our arms and so we have become so much so cool, like the Gandhian way of thinking. So if someone slaps you on the face, you should show the other one, other cheek to get slapped. So that is what happened. So all our rich, poor, whatever classes of people have been targeted. Those Christians who have got converted, they work in the homes like servant maid. They identify the problem of the family lady. If she's not getting any kids, if she's not getting carried, miscarriage happens, then they start telling that come to our church, you get pray and you get kids like that. This kind of cock and bull stories they tell. They just trap them and they just try to put them into this hook. Like the fishing men have the hook and they have that earthworm at the end of that. So trap to get those fishes. So they trap these women in all the houses in the form of servant maids, in all forms, what not. So this is what I have discussed about the causes and the ground realities. So now coming to the solution part. So now coming to the Archakas, the financial stability should be taken care. Now the solutions we are talking about, solution part. So the Archakas in the temple should be taken care first because he is the one who is going to guide us, the Guru. The Guru itself is not satisfied. His family is having so much of problems, financial problems. Then the bread is not earned to him. So how can he take care of the society? So the donors and the huge amounts what we are putting in the wrong places should be diverted to corrected areas. So these archakas should be given financial stability. Coming to the point, saying that they should be given financial stability on the same path, they also should be guided. Whenever a devotee come to the temple, they have to tell about the threats they are having from those Abrahamic. Definitely, they have to tell them. They have to find a way to convey the message to them. See, when in I don't know what kind of things happen in Rajasthan or in Maharashtra and part of other places. In Andhra Pradesh, Satyanarayan Vratam, Ganesh Puja, all these things happen. Archika, the Brahmana comes to the house and do these things. So it is a right time because maybe he's in a temple, maybe in front of everyone and in front of endowment department and in front of political people. They may not tell or they are afraid to tell these things. At least when they go to their houses to do pujas, archikas, marriages, in the private gatherings, at least in those places, because the archika, the brahmana is revered, they respect them. They have a lot of respect in the society because of their attire and their knowledge. So definitely they have to take that advantage and they have to tell about the basics of Hindutva and the threats from these two Abrahamic religions. Unless until our Hindus are get brought into awareness, it is very danger for you and me who are working actively in the society because our own people will start backstabbing us. They are pulling our legs. That will happen when the time comes. These people will not support us. So we have to stand fast and we have to take fast action on these grounds. The archakas are the key point because lot of gatherings happen only in temples, regularly on regular basis. That was the reason I'm harping on temples and temples because a lot of gatherings won't happen in other areas or other places. Every day, at least 100 or 200 people go to some temple. For example, in Vijayawada, there are more than 12 lakh population. If you see average temple coverage in a month, temples they're having, even though the village is having 5,000 population, the people who go to temple regularly are less than 100 or 50. So at least some here. So that is how they can bring the.
Sir,
Yes,
can
ma'am.
you just repeat the last bit? We lost you for 5 seconds.
Yeah, in a village, if you see, if there are population of 5,000 people, the archakas are saying that they have devotees who are coming to temples will be less than 50, or maybe sometimes they may get into in a seasonal time 100 people. That's all. So on a regular basis, they get 50 to 100 people devotees to the temple. So some gathering is happening one place means that is only at temples. So temples is the main power hubs where we have to take care of the things. So devotees should be taught about what are the threats for us and what are the advantages about our Hindutva and what are the more benefits to learn about Hindutva and all the scriptures and Vedic books. And like in 13 districts in Andhra Pradesh, the solution could be that whoever the Hindus or organizations in entire India, like in NRIs, other countries who are the Hindus are there, who are eager and who are interested and who are having more swabhiman to protect our dharma, they can, who are, if they are from Andhra Pradesh, they should establish Disa Nirdesha Kendras. Disa Nirdesha Kendras. That means they should tell the way forward what the Hindus have to do. In 13 districts, at least district one center should be there. That center should monitor what is happening in the temples. If there are any people who can speak, they have to train the speakers. See, youngsters like you, youngsters who are in the society, they have to find some youngsters. They have to train these youngsters and make speakers. If you want me to directly say, we have to bring an alternative to our satsangams. Earlier, satsangams used to had happen in those days. Now, those bhajanas, kirtanas are not the need of the hour, but we need to bring awareness. Some offensive mode and some at least pro defensive mode should be there. So that should be happening through Disa Nirdesha Kendras. So that's what I call, whatever the name you can name them. They should give us what is our objective, how we should protect our dharma, what is the plan of action if something problem comes to a certain temple or some Hindutva people. What happens to a girl if she happened to come across the love jihad, or what happens if some Christian guy is trying to trap our Hindu girl. So these things should be guided from these points because temples are already in the clutches of government. So we have to bring an alternative to that. I don't want to say that it is exactly kind of a open room, like without there should be one god photo somewhere, not like doing puja and archana, but a guru should be there, sitting and preaching about the things which are like what you say now. In Telugu movie have come now, Akhanda something movie. It is now become very famous in Andhra. It's a big wave going on. That Gandhi has taught us only half part of that. Ahimsa Paramo Dharmaha. That was the half part he has taught us. And the same text says that Dharma Himsa Tadaivacha. That's the other part of that. So these type of things should be taught in these Disha Nirdesha Kendras. So whatever the things we have to take to protect our Dharma, that should be taught in our Disha Nirdesha Kendras. Whatever the name they want to put, those donors and those Hindus who are having organizations in entire other places who are interested to work in Andhra, this is the place they have to work. And they also have to make our Hindus financially strong. I'm not saying that they have to put for the 5 crore people in Andhra Pradesh. They have to identify the slums where the poverty is there. So they have to plan some small businesses. Like earlier I said, the Christian missionaries are giving 10,000, 5,000, and putting some kirana shops for them. The provision stores, small provision stores. 10 houses, one provision store will be there. That lady will be get sustained. Because she got sustained financially, she will try to promote this to Christianity to other people, and that is how it is happening. So our Hindu donors are putting heavy money, their hard-earned money, but they should ensure that their money, hard-earned money, is working for the preaching of Hindutva and safeguarding the Hindutva. So Annadanam is also good, but only Annadanam is not good. Continuously Annadanam, Prasadam, that is not good. Prasadam is the only thing happening in Hindutva. Prasadam devotees are more. So those devotees we need for fighting. So the more of food donation is happening, that should be reduced. If it is 100% happening, it should be brought down to 30%. 70% of the funding should be gone to arranging gym centers in main towns. Gym centers, gymnasium centers, like Hanuman Vyayam Shala used to be there in olden days. Still now in Mysore, they used to have that temple connect, Garadi, they call Garadis in Karnataka. Every temple will have one gym center. So only Hindu youngsters with this temple, what we are getting in Hundi, other than what you say endowment temples, which are the temples in Dharmakartas, these Hindu community should guide them. You are getting so much of money in the hundis. Establish these gymnasium centers where you can prepare young ladies and young boys to physically fit. So they will be well able and they can fight. Whenever they are physically fit, they are ready to fight. When they are not physically fit, they cannot fight. So the amount what we are coming to the Hindus should be generated to these kind of energy sources, energy generating sources. So this is one point they have to focus. And the other part is small investments so that the poor people in the slums and where are the vulnerable areas, they should be protected. So this supporting of small, not saying lakhs of rupees, crores of rupees. They should plan with small, like how the Christians are doing, giving a bread loaf and converting, giving a bed sheet and converting. In comparison to that, we can do hell lot of things. But still, we are in a majority, I believe. So we are having little hope. So let us not waste our resources and our hard-earned money. That should be done. If I am giving 1,000 rupees to some person, he should ensure that 1,000 rupees has given some prachara to Hindutva. That should be the motive. That is what Christianity is doing. Every single penny that is money for that is conversion money for them. So as I said, regular meetings also should happen. The one of the biggest points I keep on harping whenever I go and talk to the people. The biggest point is like Muslims every Friday they go and meet one point. Like Christians every Sunday they go. We also should do this importantly. We have to find a way that attracts our devotees to the temples. This is happening at Shirdi Sai temples, but unfortunately, Shirdi Sai preaches lot of secularism. They put this secular masala, so much of masala in these Shirdi temples. Sabka Malik Ek hai, they will say, and they will put Allah pictures in the temple. They will put Jesus pictures in the Shirdi temples. They do a lot of nonsensical things in Shirdi temples. Shirdi temples mean that not in that Shirdi, Maharashtra, entire that temples in across Andhra. So this is what happening. So I don't want to directly opposing that Shirdi Sai, whatever that person is. I heard he is not in connection with Hindutva, but still there are majority people are going to Shirdi Sai temples. So there the secularism is too much taught there. That our Hindu community should bring into awareness. The priest in the temple, if I want to say, I don't know whether I can say this or not. This is an alternative for churches, I can say. The Shirdi Sai temples have become like an alternative churches. Because a Swabhiman Hindu who goes to a Shirdi Sai temple, there they teach the secularism to him. Sabka Malik Ek hai. So this will bring a big problem again. Already we have enough problem with the secularism in our country. And further we are giving more problem through these Shirdi temples. So we should try to bring a mechanism where these Shirdi Sai organizers or temple organizers should be taught about these two dangerous, whatever the Abrahamic religions, and we should bring awareness in them to not to preach such kind of things that should happen. Maybe we should bring some ready declare book kind of thing, direct verses of the Quran. La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. What does it mean? It says that Allah is the only God, not bringing entire verses, no, not required. Just direct verses. Every day they shout in the masjids. So we have to tell them what they're shouting. You don't know because Andhra people they know only Telugu. Only employees know English. Other people don't even know Hindi also. So they don't. There is no chance. So what I'm trying to say is, in our Andhra Pradesh, we have a big problem of with this Shirdi Sai temples. After the Shirdi Sai temples have grown enormously, the Hindu community is going to our Hindu temples like Ma Durga, Hanuman temple, Venkateshwara temple, Balaji temple. The Hindus visiting our temples has drastically come down. They are more profanity, or they're more going to these temples is going very much growing. And these Sai temples, they are teaching secularism to us. They are telling Sabka Malik Ek hai, Allah hi Malik hai. These kind of things are happening there. So we need to immediately work on this. Our whoever the Hindu organizations are there available, they should start print some ready reckoner kind of book with less pages. People are now very impatient. They are not even reading A4 size paper also. So they need some passport kind of driving license kind of small card like thing. Only 5 lines, 10 lines should be there. Otherwise, they will not read that also. So what is the meaning? What they are shouting from the masjid? They are saying La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. What does it mean? They are shouting every day 5 times, saying that Allah is the only God. That we should directly tell them. What Christianity is saying? Christianity is saying that if there are anyone who don't believe in Yahweh, stone them and kill them. We have to write the verses directly, give them ready reckoners. And next thing is, in our temples, in these ready reckoners, they have to give a very easy way of worship. Every day, wake up in the morning, start looking at your hands, say some small mantra, 1 or 2 lines mantra. Don't give big mantra. They don't even read that. So putting the bindi every day, whatever that, what you say, tilak. So small things that a Hindu can do regularly, and bring some competitiveness in that kind of activities, like the ISKCON people do. They wear that tilak. So small things, every day in day out activity should be taught through the temples only. Again, everything through temple. My entire subject comes with the power hub, power centers with the temples. Temple connect is the more important thing. Archaka temple connect. So I think I will rest my entire talk here. I'm completing my talk here. So anything if anyone asks me, I will try to address.
Thank you so much for such an encompassing talk. Uh, you actually covered so many important points. Maybe I'll start with my question first.
Please, ma'am.
Since you mentioned about how involvement of youth would make big difference, so I'm just interested in understanding that how that can be managed. I mean, can we have a certain setup in addition to what already RSS holds, in order to attract the youth? Because usually, even when we interact with our peers, we see that youth have a very preconceived notion about such organizations. So, what can we do to, share the actual reality with them and try to attract them to the
If
yes.
if you talk directly to the Hindus, Hindu youth about the Hindutva and all those things, so they will immediately run away from you. So first of all, what we should do is, what I am doing is, this is the fourth week. Today evening 5 o'clock, I am meeting 5 new Hindus today. I started this 4 weeks back. So what I'm doing is, when I go to my office on a bike, if I find now this is what do you say, Kartika Masam in Andhra, Kartika Masam. A lot of Ayyappa devotees are there. Shabarimala Ayyappa devotees are there. We have an organization in Andhra Pradesh, in Vijayawada. One my friend, close friend, called Dharmadwajam Prasad. His name is Dharmadwajam Prasad. The organization name is Dharmadwajam. So we are that organization. Our friends have started. they have some visiting card size cards. I think now more than 3 years is already over. The artist established 3 years. It is 3 years now. More than some 10,000 cards we promoted in Facebook through Dharmadwajam page. Probably we have reached 50 lakh Hindu devotees. Yeah, every day they keep asking, why you have not sent the card today? I have to keep in WhatsApp status. That's what they ask. 10-line message, that's all. Maximum 10 line or 5 lines, 5 to 10 lines between. Otherwise, they will not read. Very impatient society has come now. All the fast track 2020 matches. So we are sent our Prasadji, Dharmadwajam Prasadji, it is his idea. He started this. It is very successful. Every day, more than 700 to 800 WhatsApp groups we serve. Each group 259 people. Every day, current affairs, any devotional connect with Modi ji, what's happening across ancient history, what Islamic invaders have done to us. So that kind of, I'll just try to show you some photos so that you will understand. 1 minute. I have. That's the note.
Sir,
See,
if you could also share the links to one of those groups, if they are in
yeah,
English as well as Hindi, for the benefit of our
no, no,
audience.
no. As of now, we are in Telugu only. Soon we'll start in other languages. I'll ask Prasad ji. I'll request him.
Sure. So even for
So
the Telugu group, if we can get the link, so the ones who
yeah,
would want to join. Yes, sir.
yeah, I'll share that to you. So what I'm coming back to the point, how we can attract the youngsters. So what I'm doing is, when I'm going on the road, I have stopped a Swamiji who is wearing the mala black dress. I just stopped him. Swamiji, every year lakhs of Swamijis are going to Shabarimala. It is great that you are going. Your devotion is very respected. Kindly stop going to that Wavar Swami. That Muslim abode is there, constructed near the Shabarimala. Unfortunately, like in Shirdi temples, this is also one secular masala which has been so much given to our Hindus, Swamis. If a dead body is coming in front of a Ayyappa Swami who are wear the black that uniform kind, they have to go and take a bath, come and give the harati to their mala, what they wear. This is what they do if that dead body comes in front. That is one of the niyamas of that mala dharana. So before going to the Shabarimala, near the Pamba or somewhere, the Erimeli, I think, there is one place called Wavar Swami. It is actually a mosque. Crores and crores of Hindus are going to that Wavar Swami. So there is one cooked up story saying that this Wavar has played some game with Ayyappan. So that was the reason these people have to go to that mosque. So indirectly, our Hindus are giving crores and crores of rupees to that Muslim mosque there in that Wavar Swami. So now this through this Dharmadhwajam organization, our friends have designed a card. They are heavily propagating that now. Not to go that because Ayyappan happened some thousands of years ago, and there is a huge gap between Islamic birth and our Hinduism. How Ayyappan is connected with Islam. So we are now trying to educate them not to do that. So this one part I am doing with youngsters who are in wearing the malas. And yo-yo kind youngsters, what I am doing is who are not interested to Hindutva and kind, I am finding unemployees. I am trying some job vacancies to them, giving some job vacancies to them, and asking them to, if you want to know about a job, come and meet us somewhere, some point. Sit and talk to them and make an environment that he will talk about some problem. We will bring an environment that he will bring some problem, and we'll ask him to give a solution for that, and so that we'll slowly turn up to Hindutva.
That's
If
a
you tire,
very great insight, sir. Yes, sir, indeed.
yeah, if you talk directly to him, he will run away because so much of masala, Salman Khan, all these Bollywood masala will be there in his brain.
And probably
So
the idea of being an atheist, it's just picking up. People just want, they want to be called an atheist and just try to
and
find the reason in
if,
everything.
for atheists, I have a good medicine. I will tell you. Those who want to say that there is no God, there is no God, right? That's what they want to say. say that if they're having a Muslim friend or a Christian friend, if they have, just ask him to say that there is no God. Just ask him, just tell him that express this view to those people, and ask him to see the reaction from them. And ask also, because I have met a famous Nastika we call in Nastika. One of the Nastika we met in Andhra Pradesh. I asked him a direct question. Guruji, just pampering him. Guruji, who do you think you will survive among these three options? Hindu, Muslim, Christian. If he is an atheist, whom do you think he can survive with? He was forced to answer that it is with Hindus only he can survive. So he knows my question directly because our dharma is not saying to kill anyone if they oppose our God. Because Nastika is also our part. It is also part of Hindutva only. We don't get angry on anyone questioning our gods. We encourage them to question actually. Questioning is encouraged in Hindutva, but those two religions will not encourage questioning. And that one point also I missed. I think when we go to these converted Christians, they say that we are Saitans. So we came to them to change their mind. So they prefixed their mind so that we will not get them back to Hindutva. Very clever-minded people. So our priests who are so much of knowledge with Vedas, Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, Mahabharata, so much of knowledge we have. Those pastors having only one knowledge with a black book, small black book. And the Veda Pandit, he goes at the age of 4 years to the Veda Patashala. 4 years he goes to Veda Patashala. He comes out at 21 years, I think. But this pastor, you know how he is prepared, he is trained, just 15 days crash course. He will go and read that black book and come out and become a pastor. 15 days crash course. So, so these are the biggest challenges we have. So we have to educate our youngsters. We have to bring awareness by making him talk. We should never start the topic. Interact him by some other source. Like I said, if he's unemployed, try to give him an opportunity to get some job and make him come to at least 3 weeks continuously. Make sure that he is attending. Then on the third week or the fourth week, start talking to things. It is we don't have months together to wait and then that's why I'm a short period. 3 weeks is good enough to give him a window time to understand and to make friends. So my ambition is to start at least 25 youngsters in each division. Vijayawada have 60 divisions approximately. I'm saying 54, 55 divisions. I want to prepare, train 25 speakers who can speak, who can deliver bhashan, who can talk about things. We want to train them. Training means not required to read all those texts. Now, like I said, remember the key bullet points. Because we don't have so much of time for satsangas and so much of time for all those things. It is now very fast world. The receiver end is very busy now. So we have to change ourselves. Because I worked as a medical representative for more than 10 years. When we go and meet a doctor, he says, come on, I have only 1 minute. I have only 2 minutes. He will say that. Similarly, we have to train our archakas, our brahmanas also to give a quick communication in 1 minute, 2 minute liners. Like you see the slug lines under the movies. Similarly, we have to find a slug lines or the catchy words. We have to design ourselves, modify ourselves. So this is how we have to do. And WhatsApp groups get success only when you're adding people in your own street. If you are in Pune, if I am in Andhra, if you add me in the group, there is no use. If you are in a trouble, I cannot run from Andhra and come and save you. Interaction happens only they add the people from the local street, the same apartment. This should happen. So this is what I think that can bring the youngsters regularly by giving some interactive sessions to them. The sessions should not be boring. It should not be lengthy. Less than 30 minutes or 40 minutes. That should be the point. So if you sit hours together, they will not come for the next meeting.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Those were some really great points, and even we'll try to do something on the similar lines in our capacity as much as we can do.
So I really enjoyed the conversation because there are some very distinct points that came out. Two ideas that I actually liked, and something which is easily implementable is one, as you said, give some small practices. As you wonderfully said, give them a small mantra. They don't have to know the entire stotram. They just need to know two lines that they can chant in the morning, and it does make a difference. I myself have tried that, and it builds the curiosity. Then you go and look for something else. You want to know what are the avatars of it, then you learn those mantras. So beautiful. I think that is completely doable. I think something I have tried doing with my own nieces, where I give them a simple mantra to say in the morning, and that is how we start from there. My question is about the second point that you said, which is again a very good idea, where you said we need congregation, we need people to come under one roof, we need interaction. uh,
Yes, ma'am.
just my observation. I don't know how it is in down south, but if I talk about northern India, barring the small mandirs that you have in your, probably office or not office, your colony premises, yes, we have a lot of what do we call activities that the pujaris have to do, and somehow you don't see them interacting much with the people who are coming to the mandir. And I'm not saying on main occasions, even on other, on a usual day. Now, when
Yes,
people
ma'am.
go
Same
to
in
the
Andhra.
mandir, yes, when people go to the mandir, while they may want to talk to anyone who is willing to, they prefer to talk to the person who is in charge. They prefer to talk to the person because they know, as you correctly said, it's a years of sadhana which has got them that position. So, if we do a setup like that, as you said, the congregation, who do you think would be the speakers there? Do you think these? I think in South you call archikaras, right? The pujaris, as we call it in Northern
Archika
India.
Pujaris.
Yes. So will they be the one, or do you think we need more influential people because youngsters need interaction? They don't like to be told you have to do this and that. They want to debate, they want to discuss, and then adopt what they think is right. So what do you have to say about this?
Very rightly said, madam. In the south also we have the same problem. Archikas or pujaris are not able to interact with those devotees because of too much of interaction of politicians and in the form of dharmakartas. I'm not saying everybody, but most of them are having political influences in the temple. So one source is that the archikas, they can train young archikas or pujaris, and because this person is busy in doing pujas to the abode or the goddess or god, so he may not have the time to interact with these people. So they have to bring some extra system, like another assistant Swamiji or someone who can interact in the temple. Because most of the temples, our Hindu temples, are very spacious, very enormous constructions. So in busy towns and small places, we may not have spaces. There we can find some different timings on Sundays, or we can invite them and we ask him to teach not that only bhajanas and kirtanas, but something which can bring the thought of Shivaji, the thought of Rana Pratap. That kind of thing should be interactive. In temples, these things should happen, and karyakartas like me or any people like youngsters, they have to be given special training if they need further training. Some crash course kind of thing, what the pastors get, 15 days crash course kind of thing. We need to also do that kind of thing, practice, and we need to gather the youngsters and give them some this whatever you say the congregations or gatherings should happen.
Another thing is that, as you correctly pointed out, that these false stories that we are now debunking, which is, if there is a mazar next to a mandir, you would often hear that it is auspicious if you visit the mandir plus the mazar. That is how the
Huh.
whole trip will be auspicious. And I have
Yes.
seen the same example around my house. My own mother, who is very devout Hindu, even she falls for such things. How, and now with a lot of discussion it's going away, but so how do you think that you know how do we get out of this trap? One is knowledge. Anything else that you could suggest?
Ma'am, we should just give them the modern touch, madam, because when we say, hey Google or hey Siri, and ask what is the meaning of Azan, just it will give the Excel sheet with what is the, it will give the meaning, what they are screaming in Urdu, and what is the meaning on the side, what is the meaning in Telugu, everything it will come, whichever language you select. We should show them what is the meaning there. I just want to show you that if you can just one second. everything is available. We should let them know the reality. तो मजर तो जा रहे आप, लेकिन what they preaching at is that we have to ask them. So in Telugu it is there, but I don't know it is available in other languages. I have googled in Wikipedia. It will show what is the meaning. Zan. Her, it clearly says that Allahu Akbar means Allah is great. So Ashadun an la ilaha illallah. Allah ఒక్కడే దేవుడని Allah is the only God. That is what I'm giving the what you say. I'm just suggesting that Allah is the only God. That's what he says. So finally he screams that La ilaha illallah. He screams. Here you can see the meaning. Allah is the only God. It says everything is available. We just want to show them what is the meaning of that, and this if you want to have fun in going there. That's what you should make them awareness. That is what only we can do. There is no other source. If you keep them telling the history and all those things, they won't listen because that is not happening now. They feel that every Akbar and Babar or Basha, Khan, everybody are very friendly. They're very good. They're very pampering neighbors. They're giving halim to us. These kind of things they say to us. But what exactly they are shouting every day 5 times, 75 times in a day, each round 15 times, 5 into 15, 75 times they are screaming every day. In South, we don't know Hindi. We don't understand what properly Hindi, and we don't even understand Urdu. So this is where we can educate those people, man. I think, as per my knowledge.
Thank you. As you correctly said, knowledge is the only way we can actually, understand it. And the third thing, which thank you so much for bringing it up, which was about the Sai Mandir that we have everywhere. I, for one, have never understood how this has anything to do with Sanatan, for that matter. This man-god culture. It is all right to consider everyone equal, but to make someone god and then try and bring communities together, a very false narrative which runs. Now, this is something which is prevalent. I'm sure. I'm not sure about down south, but yes, definitely northern part of the India. Thursdays have become Saiden. So you will actually see kirtans happening everywhere. You will see arati happening in Sai Mandir, but you will not see the same thing in other mandirs. And for this, you said that one is, but the tragedy here is a lot of people who actually come in support of Sai Mandir, staunch Hindus. They come out and say that he has become Hindu. So what is the problem with adopting him as one of the deities? I somehow don't understand, because Sai Baba's preaching is not very clear. As you very correctly said, it is all a mix of things. So everything which is politically correct becomes the preaching of Sai Baba. How do you think we can keep our children and others away from it? I somehow have never been to that mandir. I don't understand, so there is no point in actually practicing it or going there. But I can see a lot of youngsters going in there.
Right from my young age, when I'm going to school and college days also, I don't know. Our friends used to go to that places, particularly to meet their friends, the other gender. Actually, you should understand. I don't want to directly tell you. So a lot of pradakshinas go around. So they have a lot of time to talk there. So that is how they used to go there. Later on, when when I went to Karnataka, I met some gurus. They used to tell me that this is not our God, because you will not find a samadhi in our temples anywhere. Like burial ground kind of setups will not be there in our temples. They will just do what is happening in masjid. The same thing they repeat in temples also. So the Sai temples. So I don't even say temples actually. I say Sai constructions. Actually, I don't say temples to them. I don't even mention them as temples. If I have to refer them in Telugu, I tell them Sai constructions. So in these constructions, what happened? They teach secularism also. That is the biggest problem. I'm not having any opponent, or I don't want to oppose, because in Andhra Pradesh, if you say out of 5 crore people, more than 3 crore people are above. They are completely Sai devotees. Each and every Hindu having Sai photo in their temple, houses, and every shop, Sai Ram bookstores, Sai Lakshmi, every god is joined with Sai. Sai So, Sai X, Sai Y, Sai Z. So everything is already mixed and mingled. Very unfortunate to say that the earlier I mentioned an organization 1925 which was formed in our country, which is safeguarding us. I don't want to mention that name directly. That organization also is having that Sai devotees as big Hindu leaders. So unfortunately, we have been somehow suppressed not to talk about that. Why you are talking about that? It will bring further divide in us. So don't talk about that. That's what they say actually. I want to give an idea behind this. We have to go to the temples, talk to the dharmakartas and the archakas about these Abrahamic religions. We have to educate them actually. You do worship of Sai. We don't have any problem. We added Buddha. We will also add Sai. No problem. We have no problem and no objection in that. But let them not preach that Sabka Malik Ek hai, Allah hi Malik hai. Don't put this secular masala further again, because that is reducing the valor in our Hindus. That is bringing more affinity and more secular, unfortunate, unwanted secularism in the Hindus. So we should educate them by showing, take a Quran, take a Bible, do those constructions, show the Dharmakartas. A very one sad point is that these Sai constructions have become the secondary option of churches. Like church, whatever the money comes, the pastor and the bishop will enjoy. Similarly, the Sai constructions also, the amount whatever that comes to the Kundi, that goes to the Dharmakartas only. So this is also one of the biggest problem. It has become commercial hubs. Our Hindus, if you talk these points, our Hindus will strongly oppose us. So we have to make some way to interact with these dharmakartas of that particular constructions, not to talk about secularism and avoid preaching about other religions. If you ask, we should ask them straight question: if the masjid or mazar or the churches will allow to put these Sai statues in those masjids and churches, that will give some direct thought process in their mind, maybe. But one thing is very sure, madam, in Andhra Pradesh, more than 60% of Hindus stop going to regular Hindu temples. Everybody are going to the Sai constructions only. So somehow we have to find a way to stop this biggest problem within us. That's what I can say you out of my experience, ma'am.
So actually, I had another question. So you happened to
Ji.
mention about Hanuman Vyayamshalas, uh, and
Yeah.
incidentally, Hyderabad has a rich has there has been a rich tradition of Hanuman Vyayamshalas. So just for the benefit of our wider audience, if you can just delve in a bit deeper on this, as in what it all encompasses, and how we can have more such setups in North as well, or in the rest of the country as well, and how we can use it to attract youth, because I see that to be one of the ways by which we can engage them and then share snippets about what we all have been discussing.
To attract the, like I said earlier, if you talk to our Hindu youth, even even it is a girl or a boy, if you directly talk about Hindutva to them, they will run away because of this secular environment around us. So what we can do is, this is one good way of, this is one device I can say, maybe this is one plan of action which will help us to bring the youth to one place for a gathering. So if you have a good donor in Hindutva who is misplacing his hard-earned money, like I said, only food prasadam, that is not going to help us. Or giving only for one more biggest problem I forgot. Sorry, if I can add up. This Rotary clubs and Lions clubs, immediately we have to stop our people to go to them. You understand what I'm saying? These Rotary clubs and Lions clubs,
Yes.
we should immediately work on these things. Our Hindus are wasting their energy in these places. If you find the who is the founder of these organizations, you will be shocked actually. Who is the Rotary founder? Who is the Lions Club founders? They will not allow to talk Hindutva there. All secular masala comes again there also. All rich chunk Hindus will be there in Rotary clubs, putting their badges, gold color badges and all those lion symbol badges, all those badges they put. They feel very royally like Indian Navy officer. They put the badges and they go around. So they do a lot of social activities. I appreciate them, in fact. But unfortunately, that goes into secular masala. They also do funding to Christianity. They also do funding for Muslims also. So we should focus particularly on Hindu donors, and their hard-earned money is being misplaced. So we should work on. Coming to the point for gymnasiums. So in Hyderabad, particularly because they suffered so much because of these Nizams and Rajakars, they suffered so much. Islamic rulers are much more effective in comparison to Andhra region. So those people are far better than in comparison to awareness part. They are very much aware. That was the reason how you can see BJP is very getting stronger there now. So that is a regional party's plan. They don't want a Hindutva to grow. See how much Islam and Christianity is doing damage to us. Double the damage our own Hindus are doing. The regional party people are also Hindus only. You find it. So they are also our own Hindus. They are damaging us further. So this we should think very seriously. Coming to this gymnasium part, if I am a person having this idea, if I am a donor, 13 districts in Andhra Pradesh or whatever the state you just imagine, each and every district headquarter start a gymnasium point with a low investment. If somebody is selling the gym, if he is in loss, he is selling, you buy those gym parts. Don't invest in a fresh new things. With a low budget, buy those items. Establish in a district headquarter. Once this district headquarter is established, take only Hindu youngsters to that gym. If I am a Muslim or some other community, if he comes rejecting by saying high prices, tell 5,000, 10,000 per month, he baga usko. So give him free to the youngster of Hindus. So here you select the people, keep interacting with them, keep Hanuman photos in that places. Bollywood heroes who are coming to Hindutva, that some Bollywood stars are there. I mean, sorry, Hollywood stars are there. No? Those who came to Hindutva. I don't remember now in this point. Some Robert, some people are there. I don't know. Some female actress. So Julia Roberts, I think. Maybe some people are there. They are into Hindutva. You put these fashion pictures with who are wearing that tilak and all. So they are very passionate, right? They want to see those. They think American things are very good. Our Hindutva things are very bad. So put the Hindutva photos around it. Chhatrapati Shivaji photos. Give them physical fitness. Slowly, after 3-4 months of interaction, good interaction, then start talking with them. They are physically fit and tell who their enemy is. After these gyms are successful, find more donors and implement this in the mandal levels, district level to mandal levels. Implement this in mandal levels. From mandal levels to grama level, that means village level. So this is how we have to positively utilize the funds of Hindus. Our hard-earned Hindus' money should be utilized properly. If one Tirupati Balaji temple is taken away from the clutches of these political leaders, one temple can help this entire thing happen. I just want to add one more point. You know why our Nityananda Swamiji has been targeted. He was now away from our country. Unfortunately, he's been targeted. Nityananda Swamiji is a very great person. He has stopped the conversion mafia doing conversions in SC/STs areas. His devotees are 90% SC/ST people only. Such a huge gatherings he used to get. These politicians from Congress leaders has eyed on his properties on the Mysore-Bangalore highway. Nityananda is having huge properties. These people want to take away his properties, so somehow they have managed some conspiracy theories on him. Some they have put some unnecessary things into his life and they have destroyed his life. So Nityananda Swami has created temple on mobiles. Temple on mobiles. Small vans, Tata Ace vans. He used to design temple on that. That temple will go to the SC/ST colonies. Such a beautiful things he had designed, Nityananda Swami. Now he's having his own country now, his own currency. At least we are proud that he has a Hindu nation for himself. We are not having. So many people unfortunately make fun of him, but I am really proud of him actually. He was been targeted particularly. So Nityananda Swami has brought this idea of temple on mobiles and this gymnasium point. These two things I want to add. Thank you, Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.